Elon Musk's company STARLINK has signed a major deal with T-Mobile. The aim of the partnership is to bring high-speed internet to rural America. This is a major step forward for STARLINK as it will allow them to test their technology in a real-world setting. This is a huge development for both companies. For STARLINK, it means they will be able to expand their reach and provide service to more people. And for T-Mobile, it means they will be able to compete with the likes of Comcast and at&t by offering a comparable product. At a recent event held by T-Mobile's CEO Mike Sievert and SpaceX's CEO Elon Musk, the two companies announced cooperation aimed at eliminating mobile dead zones by using SpaceX's Starlink satellite internet. This partnership left our jaws dropping as we believe something huge has just hit the planet's internet market. So, why is this a big deal, you may ask? Mobile phones may connect to satellites and utilize a slice of a connection, giving roughly 2 to 4 megabits per second within a specific coverage area, using their coverage above and beyond configuration. Even if no regular service is available, this top-notch connection should be sufficient to allow you to text, send MMS messages, and even utilize chosen messaging applications anytime you have a clear view of the sky. According to the press release, this service, dubbed T-Mobile's satellite-to-cellular service, will be accessible anywhere in the mainland United States in sections of Alaska, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, and some territorial waterways. Sievert says he hopes the service will one day include data, and a test rollout is planned for certain locations by the end of the year. Musk claims that after the next generation of Starlink satellites are launched next year, they will be able to broadcast service using a portion of T-Mobile's mid-band PCS spectrum, which was expanded when the company was permitted to purchase Sprint a few years ago. He says that the new satellites would feature huge, massive antennae 5 to 6 meters wide to facilitate the new connections, and that the equipment will be launched using the company's future Starship rocket. The service, according to Musk, will save lives. We will no longer hear of catastrophes in which individuals get lost, and if only they could have phoned for aid, they would have been okay. I believe what we're doing here is significant. It will vastly increase people's convenience. Sievert said that once T-Mobile and Starlink debut, messaging app providers like WhatsApp and iMessage would need to collaborate with the companies to support the satellite connection. Musk, however, wants us to note that the average cell zone will only have 2 to 4 megabits per second of connection, which is fine for voice and text but not video. With not too many people in the cell zone, a video may be possible. Musk elaborated by adding that unlike traditional internet service, it will function even if not connected to the whole Starlink satellite constellation. It could employ a more intermittent connection for basic coverage. However, you could wait for as long as 30 minutes for a message to get through by restricting it to specific messages and services and only in areas that don't presently have cellular connections. The two executives said they're looking for collaborations with cell carriers across the globe that are interested in reciprocal spectrum sharing agreements so that their consumers may connect with SpaceX. Customers of T-Mobile might also utilize such connections while traveling to other countries. Musk also said on Twitter that Tesla, another of his companies, would employ the technology for the premium connection function in its electric automobiles. Tesla now utilizes at&t's network for live traffic visualization, satellite view maps, and music streaming. Musk said this service might even function when a user's phone is in their pocket or automobile. Sievert said that T-Mobile's goal is for it to be free under the carrier's most popular plans when it comes. However, he clarified that this is not an official announcement. He said that T-Mobile has plans to provide the service to customers for a monthly service price that is less expensive than what's now being charged by satellite connection providers. However, there might be a wide variety of fees. For instance, Garmin's InReach satellite messenger subscription levels start at $14.95 per month and go all the way up to $64.95 per month. T-Mobile assures its customers that their existing phones will function on the network without needing upgrades. The phone you now have will operate, Elon Musk said at the unveiling. The use of conventional cell spectrum is both a strength and a weakness. The fact that no specific equipment is required is an apparent benefit. Still, T-Mobile does not possess the rights to that spectrum globally. While SpaceX's satellites might theoretically connect with phones worldwide, T-Mobile may not have access to the same bands its system utilizes when you go to another country or enter foreign seas. That is not the case with typical satellite communication networks like Garmin's Iridium system. If phone makers were to develop their own version of its function, which Apple is reported to be working on, collaborating with other satellite providers may give them more excellent coverage than T-Mobile is expecting to provide. Apple and Samsung might have an easier time integrating existing satellite connectivity into their upcoming phones than Starlink will face in trying to cobble together spectrum rights with wireless operators around the globe, according to some industry experts. Spectrum rights disputes have the potential to escalate into an open warfare. T-Mobile and Verizon have petitioned the Federal Communications Commission to block the launch of a company named at&t and Sciences satellites that might deliver mobile phone service from the orbit. The two companies, SpaceX and Dish Networks, are at odds over the 12 GHz frequency, which Dish Networks intends to use for terrestrial 5G. The business owned by Musk has warned its home internet subscribers that Dish's usage of 12 GHz might completely ruin its satellite internet service. Some experts have been wondering whether the Federal Communications Commission will need to improve the new service launched today. According to Sievert, T-Mobile is also open to employing SpaceX for network backhaul in the future, especially in rural regions. While this is a step higher than what the two companies are offering currently, Musk claims that each cell could carry roughly 2 to 4 megabits, which might help the carrier reduce the cost of expanding its network. A strategy like this would be similar to what Verizon revealed in partnership with Amazon's Kuiper satellite internet project. Still, that plan seems to be considerably farther off since Amazon is yet to launch any of its satellites. SpaceX lost a petition for rural internet subsidies earlier this year due to its high-end equipment cost. However, suppose it can use T-Mobile's current equipment, which people in rural regions may already have. In that case, it may be able to strengthen its case with the Federal Communications Commission. Their presentation made a strong case for rural coverage, including footage of individuals in isolated parks, mountains, or herding animals. This is the second time a major U.S. mobile network operator has partnered with a satellite operator to provide the service. OneWeb announced a contract with at&t to provide its satellite-based connection to commercial clients through cellular backhaul in distant and difficult-to-access places. OneWeb now has 428 satellites in orbit, accounting for 66% of its anticipated first-generation fleet. Moreover, Verizon has formed a strategic alliance with Amazon's Project Kuiper satellite constellation to provide cellular backhaul for Verizon's 4G LTE and 5G data networks in rural regions in the future. Kuiper has no satellites in space, and Amazon has released very little information about the project. Amazon has a regulatory deadline of July 2026 to deploy half of its constellation. SpaceX is already the global leader in low Earth orbit satellite internet service, and we will see where the things will go from now on. Over the last 3 years, they have had over 400,000 customers globally, and it has launched over 3,000 of its STARLINK satellites built at SpaceX's Redmond, Washington plant. According to Jonathan McDowell's Starlink statistics website, approximately 2,300 satellites are operational. Musk said the next generation of satellites would need enormous, very sophisticated antennas. It is a difficult issue, which is why it hasn't been solved previously, he said. The next generation satellites will be built to be launched by SpaceX's massive Starship rocket, which is presently being developed. According to Musk, if that development effort runs into problems, SpaceX may develop an interim solution that allows the satellites to be launched on the workhorse Falcon 9 rocket. Meanwhile, US telecom companies are racing to build up the mid-band component of their 5G networks to catch up to T-Mobile, which snagged a sizable 2.5 GHz of mid-band spectrum by acquiring Sprint's smaller competitor. Mid-band, or C-band, has shown to be suitable for 5G as it delivers an excellent combination of capacity and coverage. After the trial period for the messaging services concludes, the carrier plans to expand to voice and data. at&t SpaceMobile, a satellite communications company, is also constructing a worldwide cellular broadband network in space, which will be compatible with mobile devices without needing any extra gear. Perhaps we are witnessing the end of limited internet connection around the globe. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next videos.